I have been waiting for this laptop for such a long time. This is the Lenovo Legion Slim 5, the little brother, but thicker. It's the chubby little brother of the Slim 7i. I was the chubby little brother, so I can say that. My brother was tall, slim, had Justin Bieber hair, and was a handsome fool. And now, this is me in a laptop. This laptop has some things that its bigger brother, the Slim 7i, lacks, and it makes this laptop an incredible bang for buck, and I can't wait for you to find out. So definitely hang on to this video. First, we're gonna talk about the build quality and usability. Then we're gonna get into the features and the performance benchmarks. First and foremost, yes, this is a plastic bottom cover, plastic side panels, but it has an aluminum top cover. So it still has a great quality top cover, but the bottom cover plastic materials they chose to use are good plastic. It's not that cheap, bumpy plastic that Acer loves to use. Sorry, Acer, to put you on the grade about that, but I don't like how Acer uses cheap plastic. They used good plastic here. I want to thank Best Buy for sponsoring this video and bringing out their back to school sale. Right now, they're offering substantial sales on the latest 2023 laptops, which I think is insane. They aren't just putting last year's model on sale, they're giving you the best deals on some of this year's models. Specifically, you should be checking out the Lenovo Legion Slim 5, which they are offering for hundreds of dollars below MSRP. If you're a My Best Buy Plus or Total member, you get access to even more deals. Now, for everybody, I recommend checking back daily because Best Buy's Deal of the Day page is currently live. You'll get a fresh lineup of deals every single day. Now, Best Buy offers not only convenient curbside pickup, but also super fast delivery on thousands of items so you can get to your creative work faster. Click the link in the description below to check out the brand new 2023 Lenovo Legion Slim 5 and other great laptops on sale right now at bestbuy.com. Now, checking out the ports, we still have that SD card reader similar to the Slim 7i. On the back panel, we have two USB Type A's instead of the 3, but we have a network adapter. So we can have super fast connected straight into the wall internet speeds instead of having to rely on Wi-Fi. That's awesome. That's not offered in the Slim 7i. An HDMI port and a power adapter. And over here, we still have two USB Type C's and a headphone jack. So the connectivity on this laptop is a bit of a step above in my opinion, because I don't need 3 USB Type A's. I way rather have a connected network port. Now, going ahead and taking a look at the bottom cover of the laptop, we have a very similar assembly where the side panel kind of sticks out a little bit compared to the bottom cover. And that's fine, but actually it's a little smoother than the Slim 7i because Slim 7i is metal, so it kind of catches a little bit more on the Slim 7i. This is much smoother. So you get a little bit of the benefit of by having plastic, you don't have as sharp of an edge. It doesn't cut you or anything, but it is a little bit smoother, a little bit more comfortable to hold. Now, the speakers for this laptop are on the bottom of the chassis, so the speakers are not amazing, but they're decent. Here's a quick audio sample so you can hear what the speakers sound like. Now, there is a webcam on the top bezel of the screen, and here's a quick sample of the webcam so you can see what that looks and sounds like. This is the webcam on the Lenovo Legion Slim 5 and a little sample of the audio for you as well. For the keyboard deck, you're gonna have the same keyboard as the Lenovo Legion Slim 7i. On the right side, you're gonna have the numpad, full-size arrow keys, full-size shift keys, medium key travel, and then the medium-ish trackpad. The trackpad, I wish they would make a little bit bigger. I've been asking for it for years, but because this is a gaming laptop, I guess I need to be a little bit understanding that the trackpad's okay. Bring a mouse if you want to have more functionality and you're not fond of the smaller trackpad. But the click and the feel of the keyboard are great. Here's a quick audio sample so you can hear what both sound like in use. Now, regarding the wobble on the screen and the screen flex, definitely a flexy screen, same as the Slim 7i. And as far as the wobble is concerned, it definitely has a good bit of wobble. A lot of people say, well, I'm not gonna whack my screen like that, Ben. Well, I'm just trying to show you an extreme situation, what it looks like. And that's what it looks like. People have been rude lately. I don't know. Like, it was like, everybody was like super nice for a while. And I've just got a bunch of rude comments. I don't really care, but it's curious. Do you have any rude comments? Comment below. Love to see more rude comments. Not really, but you know. Now the screen itself is an HD screen, 60:10 aspect ratio, 2560 by 1600. It is a 352 nits of screen brightness at 99% sRGB, 77% Adobe RGB, and 70% DCI-P3, all at a delta E of 1.18. Great screen for such a budget-friendly laptop. If you want to know the exact pricing and the availability, you can head down in the description below and click that link. If you do make a purchase, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But of course, that's what keeps this channel alive and the helpful content coming your way. At the recording of this video, it was around the $1,200 price at the spec I have before me, which is the Ryzen 7 7840HS with the RTX 4060 and 16 gigs of RAM, dual channel. 2 upgradable RAM sticks. That is the amazing thing about the 7i versus the 5i. The 5i, you can upgrade both RAM sticks. The 7i, only one. And for the 5i, you get an upgradable M.2. So you aren't stuck with the storage that it comes with. Some laptops you literally have baked onto the motherboard storage. That's not the case. You can upgrade one of the M.2 slots. Now with the 7i, you actually have 2 upgradable M.2 slots. So they swapped the M.2 upgrade for a RAM upgrade. What do you think? Would you rather have a RAM upgrade or would you rather have a storage upgrade? What do you think? Let me know. Now the battery life is still solid for only an 80 watt hour battery. Now if you want the 7i, you're gonna get a 99 watt hour battery. So that little bit of an upgrade is gonna get you a bit more battery life. But the battery life is still great at 9 hours of productivity, about 8 hours of streaming video playback, and then you have Photoshop and Premiere Pro that tier down from there. Now the screen brightness was set at 20% with Windows battery saver mode turned on, iGPU mode set, quiet mode on the fan noise, and the screen refresh rate at 60 Hertz. That is how we saw the results of that battery life. Now the weight and thickness of this laptop is pretty solid. We have about 5 pounds for the weight and less than an inch thick. Definitely thicker and a little bit heavier than the Slim 7i, at least off of my general hand scale, just from my memory. But it still is fairly thin and fairly light, but not as slim as the Slim 7i. Without further ado, let's jump into the performance benchmarks. Now I'm excited to show you the Geekbench single core and multi-core, as well as Cinebench R23 single core and multi-core, because although this laptop does not blow away the charts for all of these simulated benchmarks, it still hangs on really well, especially at the $1,200 price point. Because the G14, which is about $1,600, performs about the same level from the simulated benchmark standpoint as the Slim 5i. So this is a great price savings and you still get great performance. Now, as we go ahead and shift into the real world test, taking a look at Photoshop, you can see that the Slim 5 scored a 928 in Photoshop, where the Zephyrus G14 scored a 923. So about right on par there. However, we can quickly upgrade this laptop to 32 gigs of RAM, and I'm guessing we would see well into the mid-thousands for this laptop. So it's got the punch it needs from a GPU and CPU standpoint. I think with a RAM upgrade, this thing would perform even better. But 928 in Photoshop is still a great score. Don't feel like you have to upgrade if you don't have the extra cash lying around currently to do so. Now, looking at After Effects, you can see we still had great results, an 807 for After Effects. And you can see its big brother, the Slim 7i, is right in front of it at an 879. So once again, if you want to use After Effects, you want to get a little bit more performance out of this laptop, a RAM upgrade would be a great use of your money. But if you don't want to, you can still run After Effects confidently with this laptop. Moving on to Blender Classroom, you can see we still had great performance at 927 for Blender Classroom. The score from the Slim 7i was a 1026. So you can see that we're only about 100 points behind the big brother. That's pretty awesome, being that it's a substantially more affordable laptop. And the RAM upgrade is even better, with both sticks being upgradable. Now, moving forward to Autodesk 3ds Max, Autodesk Maya, and PTC Creo, you can see the Slim 5 hitting the middle to lower end of the charts depending on the exact benchmark. Now for me, this is really solid for the Ryzen 7 7840HS, which is their kind of mid-tier TDP processor. It's not the super high TDP processor, nor is an ultra low power. It's kind of more in the middle, which makes it both efficient and gives it solid performance. And so we're seeing it hit a good spot on the chart for each of these results, which was really exciting because again, it's it's more of a budget-friendly option at around the $1,200 price point. It's not cheap. I didn't say it was a cheap laptop. I said a little bit more budget-friendly. Now for drop frames. This is an area that I was impressed with this laptop. Toting an RTX 4060, it only gave us 137 drop frames out of the 16,177 in the project. Fantastic. And for 6K red footage, we saw 271. B-RAW is great, red footage is great, and looking at the export times, they both were in the 17-minute mark. This is solid for a budget-friendly laptop in 2023. A laptop at this price point a year or two ago would have dropped 12,000 frames in 6K B-RAW and 6K red footage. So fantastic. And the export time would have been well over 25 minutes. Seeing great improvements here. Now, looking at 4K export, we're going 4K 9-minute clip to 4K full quality YouTube settings, 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Great export time, hitting kind of the top end of my preferred export time, being anywhere from about the 2 minutes and 30 seconds to the 2 minutes and 15 seconds is a great spot. And again, a well-priced laptop. Now looking at DaVinci Resolve, 4 minutes and 24 seconds, another great result, putting that laptop right in the midst of laptops that are easily $600 to $800 more expensive than the Slim 5. Honestly, I don't quite know what else you could want in a laptop at a great price point with an SD card reader, plenty of connectivity, both RAM sticks are upgradable, you have an M.2 slot that is upgradable, you have a color accurate, bright screen that is a 16:10 aspect ratio and a great keyboard and trackpad to go along with it, as well as great battery life from an 80 watt-hour battery. Click or tap the screen here for more videos to help you with your purchasing decision, or if this was enough, grab the links in the description below if you're ready to make a purchase. It'll give the channel a small commission, but at no extra cost to you, and I'm so grateful when y'all use those links. I'll see you here in the next one.